This is the World of Sports Network presentation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the G to the U to the R to the U. Continuing our 2020 schedule prediction. And we are with the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's just get right to it, man. Week 1 at Washington. I think Ron Rivera and company are going to have the defensive line ready for Carson Wentz. And I expect an ugly NFC East game and a low-scoring battle with the Redskins pulling out a late field goal victory opening week versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 2, the Los Angeles Rams travel, come down to Philly. Don't like this early matchup for the Rams. Obviously, the Rams don't do too well on the East Coast, especially that East Coast time frame. So the Eagles will get their first victory of the season, Week 2 versus the Los Angeles Rams. Week 3, the Bengals come to town. The Bengals with Joe Burrow, rookie quarterback Joe Burrow. We all know they're in a rebuilding situation, and the Eagles roster is way more superior than the Bengals roster at this particular stage. So I anticipate the Eagles will take care of business week number 3. Week 4, Sunday Night Football. They travel to San Francisco, man. I mean, other than the Tennessee Titans, the 49ers might be the next most physical team in all of football. And I think that physicality is going to be the reason why they take care of the Eagles on Sunday Night Football, Week 4. Week 5, the Eagles travel to Pittsburgh. Now, this is going to be an interesting matchup right here. I definitely like the way this favors the Philadelphia Eagles. I think at this stage, Carson Wentz is a better quarterback than Big Ben. And I think the Eagles' weapon is definitely like what Jalen Reagor and company around Week 5. You're going to start seeing them picking up. So I anticipate the Eagles' offense to start coming alive Week 5 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's an impressive Pittsburgh defense right there, man. This game kind of reminded me of how, if y'all remember last year when the Eagles played the Buffalo Bills in that defense and they went to Buffalo and just trounced them, this kind of eerily familiar, kind of got that sense for it at that Pittsburgh game. Week number 6, man, continue the momentum at that Pittsburgh. The Baltimore Ravens come to town, and I expect the Eagles to come out there and handle business versus the Baltimore Ravens Week 6 to shock everybody out there, and that's back-to-back victory versus Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I mean, those are two tough-ass back-to-back wins, man. And with that said, week number 7, just because they played those back-to-back tough games, I see them taking a slight back seat and losing to the New York Football Giants Week 7, just because of those back-to-back physical game is going to take a toll on the Eagles, and they'll take that L. And plus, they might be looking ahead to the Dallas Cowboys Week 8. Speaking of that, Week 8, after they lose to the Giants because they got that look-ahead game, they will handle the Dallas Cowboys at home. Seems like they got the Cowboys number, man. Carson Wentz on Dak Prescott, in my opinion, okay? So, going into the Week 9, it's a bye. Week 10, travel to the New York Football Giants on the road. This is their revenge game. After they took that L, that lack of focus loss to the Giants in Week 7, they will be focused because it's coming out of bye. Handle the Giants easily Week number 10. Week 11, they travel to Cleveland. I don't particularly like this matchup for them. I think Cleveland personnel grouping, it's a little bit. It's tricky for the Eagles, and I expect the Cleveland Browns at home to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles. Week number 12, it's a Monday Night Football versus the Seahawks. Put it like this, man. It's prime time, man. This is Pete Carroll, primetime Pete, primetime Russ. They never lose, it seems like, ever on primetime. And most importantly, I don't think they ever lose in Philly. Like, for the last 10 years, they own the Eagles. They beat the Eagles in Philly. They beat the Eagles in Seattle. They just own the Eagles. So I expect the same thing to happen Week 12 with the Seahawks beating the Eagles again. Week number 13, the Eagles travel to Green Bay. I expect the Eagles to pull this one out. I think the Eagles are a better team than the Green Bay Packers up and down. Week number 14, the New Orleans Saints come to Philly, Week 14. Never like that. What's his name is old. Drew Brees is older. It's going to be an outdoor game. The weather is going to be a factor. We all know the Saints, man. They don't like being out in the cold in December, man. Week number 15 at Arizona. This is a tricky game right here, man. I think Arizona is going to give the Eagles fits, the Eagles defense fits, Kyler Murray, D. Hopkins and company. So I anticipate the Eagles will take a step back and lose Week 15 at Arizona. Week 16, they're going to have a back-to-back loss. They travel to Jerry's World, to the Cowboys. They will take a loss on the road in Dallas because that's going to be, that's basically going to be Dak's money game. If Dak don't win that game, bro, if Dak lose week 16, man, he might not even get that check, man. So I think the Cowboys going to pull that out on week 16 at Dallas. Week 17, man, they host the Washington Redskins. The Eagles gonna take care of business at this stage. At this time, the Redskins they're gonna play a hard-fought game, but the Redskins are not a very good team. They're not a very good roster at this particular stage. The Eagles should handle business. With that said, the Eagles should finish the 2020 season at 9-7. That won't be enough to win the division this year. They will finish 9-7, coming second place in the division. Y'all know the drill. Like this, love this, share this, and I am out.